Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. You know, as a Florida State fan, I haven't really covered much of Colorado because Coach Sanders, Deion Sanders, came from Florida State. I'm here to give a prediction on that game against TCU at TCU in Week 1. You know, Colorado is a team that I think they're getting a little too much hype. I think they're getting a little too much attention. I get Coach Sanders was a legend in college football and in the NFL. Is a legend. He still is. And I admire what he's doing, jumping to the FBS level, trying to turn a program that's not a winning program into a really established program one day. And I think he's done a good job of that with the transfer portal, getting in a bunch of talented players, letting go a lot of the players that were there already that probably weren't following through within his program. So I think it's a good move. But you're not going to see a winning football team program within the first year, maybe 2 years, realistically. That's just the way it is, especially when you're rebuilding a program like that. I mean, Florida State went through the same thing with Mike Norvell. His first 2 years, he was only winning 3 games, 5 games. You know, nothing special. You know, not to say that there won't be growth within those 2 years, but being realistically, if you want a winning program, one of the best programs in the country, it takes time. So while I do think Colorado's going to make a pretty big jump this year, considering the transfer portal, and considering that the culture is probably going to be different there, I don't expect Colorado to have a winning season. So with that being said, I think TCU wins this game at home. Now, if Colorado wins this game, I won't be surprised because I think Coach Sanders is going to use his athletic quarterback. He's going to use his defense with Travis Hunter in the backfield. Not the backfields, but in the secondary to make some plays. He'll probably play wide receiver in that game. I think Coach Sanders will open up the playbook in this game against TCU because TCU is probably going to be ranked somewhere in the top 25, as they should be. And this is a big-time opportunity for Coach Sanders in Colorado. So while I think this should be a pretty decent game, the fact that TCU is not really a rich, talented team right now, they're a smaller team. Their school's not really big into football like some of the bigger schools. I still think Coach Dykes and I think TCU as a program is in a better place than Colorado. I do think this will be a pretty decent game. It will be watchable, but I don't think Coach Sanders in Colorado has a chance to win this game, especially at TCU. I think Coach Dykes is, while I've said that they're not the favorite to win the Big 12, I do think that they're going to be a pretty good football team this year. And if they did win the Big 12 this year, I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, TCU's TCU. They're a pretty good team. They've actually owned Texas the last several years they've played. So with that being said, I think TCU pulls away in a really good game. I think Colorado's going to show up. They're going to play with a different attitude. I think they'll be more disciplined. They won't be a great football team this year. Probably not even a good team. But throughout the season, you'll see some really big changes made in Colorado's program. They're going to fight harder. They're going to play really good. They're going to be competitive in some games. They'll win some games. They're probably going to win one game that they got no business winning. This might be that game, but it won't be. I got TCU winning big, 51-34.